LeBron James is joining the Philadelphia 76ers for 2 years, $8 million, and a player option. Let me just tell you, this was LeBron's third decision. This is my best decision I've ever made because I got this Harden jersey on Fanatics sale for like $15. And apparently the Sixers wanted to do everything this offseason, trading for Jaylen Brown and then signing LeBron James. So I'm putting this jersey to work. Um, I am happy that this LeBron saga is over. It was already starting to get to the point of the Giannis situation in terms of being just overly annoying because all of the tweets, all of the updates, well, we're getting people sending him voice notes about why he should join this team and that team. We had the Miami Heat accidentally show off post like that they were going to have a live introduction for when LeBron signed. Everybody from the Cavaliers and the Warriors. The Warriors were going to make a documentary when LeBron signed. They were waiting before signing Draymond Green. The Cavaliers were waiting to sign Harden because LeBron might join them. Anthony Edwards and LaMelo sending out why he should join the Timberwolves. The Sixers, all of their guys sent why he should join their team, and it's been done. It's happened. This is a pretty strong starting five. We'll start off there: VJ, Maxey, Jaylen Brown, LeBron, and Joel Embiid. That's a really good starting five. Those are five really good, talented players. However, I'm not the biggest fan of this team yet. I think they'll be good. They will be a top six team in the East. This East is loaded, by the way. We got this team, the Heat, the Raptors, the Celtics are still going to be good. The Cavaliers are probably going to be good. The Pistons are probably going to be good. Then we got like the Hawks and the Magic and the Wizards made moves and the Hornets made negative moves. And the East is going to be really interesting, man. But LeBron signing to the Sixers is a bet on Jaylen Brown and Maxey and VJ being enough youth and athleticism and being able to soak up enough minutes when Embiid isn't there. And for LeBron to just kind of fit in as this ultimate Magic Johnson-esque playmaker, which I think he definitely can be. I think LeBron's role on this team is going to be averaging 10, 11 assists per night because he is the best playmaker on this team by far. However, I say I'm not the biggest fan of this fit because I just think that there's a clear lack of quality defensive players who like this will be the starting lineup. Unless like Joel is not there, this will be the lineup to close games. So in a situation, you're asking Jaylen Brown to be your primary perimeter defender, Maxey, VJ, and it's not going to be LeBron, and you're trusting on Joel to be somewhat healthy as a rim protector. I'm not the biggest fan of it. I think with this team, you obviously have to go right to the playoffs, where we've seen the last three winners of the championship be the Knicks, who obviously had a huge, great starting lineup of guys who could do everything, kind of similar to the Sixers team. They can do a lot of different things on offense and on defense. This team doesn't have that on defense, but they also have bench players, Mitchell Robinson and all the other guys who were able to step up and show out. And that's the other thing with the Sixers team. I'm not a fan of their bench. Then we go back to OKC, who are also loaded, not only even more so on defense, but also again bench players, young guys who can step in and provide minutes for them. And then even further to the Celtics, who were great on offense, were shooting threes like crazy, but it was defense that wins championship. A certain GM in Dallas thought so, that defense wins championships. And I would like to agree with him on that point because defense is essential to winning championships. And I'm not quite sure how this team is going to defend when push comes to shove in high leverage situations in the playoffs. I think if you really believe in VJ being this great upcoming guard in the league, which I think he will be, this really does hamper his development on offense and on defense. You're kind of asking him to not take a step back, but not give him full opportunity to have the ball in his hands as much as he can and continue to develop and stuff. You're kind of asking him on a game to game, situation. Hey, we need you to defend a bit more here. We need you to sit in the corner a little bit here or there. Like, who's going to sit in the corner on this team? Is it going to be Braun, Jalen Brown, VJ? It's not going to be Maxi. Maxi's going to be bringing up the ball. And then outside of Maxi, who's going to be a lot of the ball handling, you know, uh, ball handling on this team, I think you're asking LeBron to be this secondary creator, primary playmaker situation in which you're going to put him in spots and tell him to find the next open guy, VJ or Jalen Brown or Embiid. And that's going to be good. I think LeBron is going to do well on this team. I think, he's not going to be expected to be the primary scorer, not at all. He's going to be the primary playmaker. It just comes back to this defense question because LeBron, at this age, 41, Joel, not even with his age, but with his body, his health, his injuries that he's gone through so much, you're asking a lot out of them to be defenders in these high leverage situations. And then their bench, let me tell you their projected bench right now. I mean, it's Lebron In Philly, a rookie. Anthony Simons, not a defender. Justin Edwards, cool, fine player. Dean Wade, which I thought would be just like the perfect guy instead of LeBron to just fit in and do some of the, stuff, sitting in the corner stuff, defending stuff. You're not expecting him to get the ball and create, so you're fine with putting him in the corner. And then a Dembona as a backup center. I'm not loving the backup center as a Dembona. I think Dean Wade fits more into his role. But now that you're shoving him to the bench, there's a lot name-wise for this team with Maxi, VJ, Brown, and Braun and Embiid. We're expecting a lot of them. I think this team is going to continue to push this two different sides of NBA analysis and conversation of, man, this team has LeBron and Maxi and Jalen Brown and Embiid and VJ. They just have so much talent and so many good players versus more of that analytical niche NBA Twitter conversation talking about a ramp and, their 2-year RAPM stats and all that stuff, turnover percentage, the really advanced analytics, which might not love this fit because all of these guys have the ball in their hand a lot. I saw a tweet that said that out of the 36 players in the league last year had however many touches, over 60 plus touches per game last year. 5 of those players are now in the starting lineup. All of these guys have the ball in their hand a lot. I think Maxi is a good off-ball player, off-ball shooter. I think VJ, his development is going to take a hit because he's going to have to go off-ball more. Jalen Brown, LeBron. I mean, LeBron had to play off-ball with the Lakers last year. So I'm not saying that they can't do it. I'm not saying that this team won't be good. This is still a top 6 team. This is still a team that could very well have home court advantage. They could be a top 4 seed. It's just at the end of the day, injuries, age with LeBron and Embiid. How is it going to look off ball for these guys, for Jalen Brown, when he's going to be sitting in the corner 2 possessions in a row, and now he needs the ball and this next possession to feel involved? Or same with Braun. I think Nick Nurse is going to have a good problem on his hands figuring this all out. However, at the end of the day, we've seen championship is won by not only defense, not only having a star player who can create shots on their own in high, leverage situations, whether it's Brunson or SGA or whatever, but championship is also won by depth and by bench pieces who can come in and do dirty work, hustle, jump on the floor and dive on the floor for loose balls and all that stuff. I'm not loving the defense. I'm not loving the bench. The star power is there. You got the names. You got, hey, on any given night, Maxi or Brown can go off. VJ is still a second-year player. He's going to go off. Embiid, if he ever plays at a consistent rate, he is still a top 5 center in the league by far. He is just such a talent on offense. LeBron, obviously, supercomputer. He's top 1, top 2 player of all time. He can figure it out. This team can figure it out. But when push comes to shove, I'm hesitant to say that they are a top tier contender. I still think that on the margins, this game is won around the margins and who you can bring in, important situations and all that in the playoffs. Cause, this team is going to look good in the regular season. I think that maybe they might, have some chemistry issues. They could have that. I mean, there's high, not egos, but just, high, Jaylen Brown and LeBron and Embiid, and they're not afraid to say their how they feel about this team. And what if there's a stretch in the season where it doesn't go well or they go on a losing streak or something, I think that's really going to push this team, and whether it bends or breaks is going to show how they play for the rest of the season. I don't think they'll break. It's going to be a good team. It's going to be a good team. LeBron could have went to the Cavaliers or Miami or, the Warriors or the Timberwolves or whatever, and those could have all been different fits. I mean, Cavaliers are huge losers in this. I am so out on the Cavaliers as a team. Miami, obviously a loser, not getting LeBron, it's rough. But, Sixers, you should be happy. You should be excited. I got Sixers fans, people that I know in my life who are obviously very excited about this. And, they should be. I would be excited if I had LeBron on my team. I mean, who are you kidding? It's LeBron. But is this a guarantee to win a championship? Is this a top-tier contender? Do you think in a 7-game series against the Spurs or OKC or the Knicks or the Raptors, are they the favorite in all of those series? I don't think they're the favorite. And, we have a whole regular season ahead of us, a whole rest of the offseason and regular season to look and evaluate this team and how it fits, and they'll learn and grow how to play together and all this stuff. I'm just not ready yet to put them at that level of those other teams that have proven or that have gotten there or that have been through adversity and have losses and all that stuff. Hey, but LeBron's going to Philadelphia. He's going to be in Abbott Elementary. Can we get an Always Sunny in Philadelphia episode with LeBron? Can we do that, please? I want to see that. I've been on an Always Sunny grind again, rewatching that show. It's peak television. But yeah, guys, LeBron going to the Sixers. I can't say I love it. I like it. They're going to be good. This is going to be a good team. They're going to be a top 6, 5, 4 seed in the East. They're going to be good. It's going to be entertaining. It's going to be fun. I just think that there's going to be bumps along the road, like most teams when they make such huge acquisitions as getting Jaylen Brown and LeBron. I think they're going to work it out. I just don't know that they're going to be a top-tier contender, and I just don't know when it comes down to it, are they going to be able to beat the other teams in the East that are as good? And like the rest of the East is no joke. Like they're like with the whole tanking changes and all that stuff, a lot of teams are not incentivized to lose at all. So, you might be saying I'm a bit harsh on them, and I think I am. I think a lot of people are being harsh on this team. But it's also like, these are the expectations. When you're getting LeBron at 41, when you have Joel Embiid, every single year, you have to make a push. You have to be up there. There's no, we made it to the second round. Well, we finally made it to the conference finals. Okay, maybe the year after that. No, every year with LeBron at this age, with Embiid, with how good Maxey is, with how good Jaylen Brown is at his age, with how good, VJ can become, which I do think this team will hamper his development a bit. I think he's really going to have to turn it up on the defensive side of the ball and really turn into this, just perimeter god on defense for this team to really work out. I think VJ is going to have to sacrifice a lot in terms of his own personal development on offense to be a great defensive player for this team to work out. And maybe that all works out. And maybe this team is in the finals. And, everybody that was hating on them, all the Sixers fans who were going crazy were right. But I just don't think anything is guaranteed in this league. I don't think any move, any trade is guaranteed to put you up there in the upper echelon until you play games. So they're going to be good. Defense and bench are my biggest issues and worries about this team, but they have the talent, they have the names. This is going to be a good team, and I'm just glad that another domino in the offseason is over now. The Cavaliers can sign Harden, and hopefully Jalen Duren can be finally signed to the Pistons for less than $200 billion. But yeah, guys, thank you for watching. Bye.